Well, hello, Brian. So great to have you here. I would love to start if you could please introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Danielle. Glad to be here. I'm Brian O'Bannon. I'm in CPG marketing, and I've been looking for my next role as a brand manager in marketing. So
Okay, great. And I'd love if you could talk a little bit about what was going on when your career in your job search before we met.
sure. I was recently graduated from business school. I had about 6 years of work experience prior to business school, and then got my full-time MBA at UNC Chapel Hill, Keenan Flagler. And then I started work for 2 years at Campbell Soup Company, um, promoted to senior associate brand manager in my second year. And then the company decided to relocate all of our positions. And so they were moving their corporate headquarters up from North Carolina up to New Jersey to join the rest of the world headquarters. And I decided that wasn't the best move for my family and I. And so I wanted to stay here in North Carolina and look for a new job. And so I was hoping to leverage that change into a promotion as well into to brand manager. So I was specifically targeting brand manager positions.
Okay. And I'm going to take us back to our first conversation, actually, when, we got on a call and you were telling me a little bit about your job search up until then. And I remember you had been looking for 8 weeks at the time. And do you want to talk a little bit about what was going on there?
Yeah, I was doing
Yeah,
a lot of, I don't know, I think you coined the term rage applying. Um,
right.
and I had, the news came and I made the decision not to move. And I took a few weeks off, but then I started to apply. I started to apply to a lot of different jobs, remote jobs, jobs here in North Carolina, and just wasn't getting a lot of traction. I think I had, one interview maybe and over 20 applications to different roles and companies in the area. So I was getting very frustrated. Wasn't having a ton of success, and I didn't really know why. I thought I had an impressive background. I think I have an impressive educational background and work experience. And so I think I realized, woke up, I needed to learn kind of why this was going on, why this was happening. So
Yeah, definitely. I remember you said you had 24 applications and it was like frustrating and humbling, and you just didn't understand what was going on, right? Why you were not getting that traction because, yes, you had an amazing background, great education, great experience, right? And so it was very puzzling and frustrating to, yeah, definitely. So, what changed once we started working together?
mm, that's a good. I think it was the biggest thing that changed was first of all what gets you in the door, which I think the biggest thing is your resume. And I was working with a very standardized kind of amateur resume, I would say, and upgrading through your help to a professional resume fit for, you know, a a master's degree graduate professional with work experience and who's looking to move into management positions. Creating that professional resume, helping shine and highlight my accomplishments through my work experience and education and not just kind of an explanation of what I had done, I think was really helpful. So I think what really changed was getting my foot in the door. And through that, through what we did, what you helped me with on my LinkedIn profile and my resume was really the biggest thing, I think. Because I think I knew in the back of my mind that once I get my foot in the door, once those doors are opened, that through your help too, we can see it through to an offer. So
Yeah. So tell us a little bit then about what happened because I remember 5 weeks into working together, you were interviewing with five different companies.
mhm. I did, yeah. I focused my resume, I focused my job search and towards that manager, that brand manager position. And not only was I getting my foot in the door, not only was I getting interviews, I was, since we changed my LinkedIn profile, I was also getting recruiters reaching out to me on a more regular basis. So what may have been every month or every quarter, a recruiter reaching out to me in my past, it was happening at least once or twice a week. Someone reaching out to me, asking if I was interested in a position. And yeah, I started interviewing. I started getting more confidence. I started and then getting more experience interviewing as well. I think, if you're out of practice, getting that practice and in your first few is really important too. So yeah, it was a huge success almost immediately, I think, once I started with my new resume and the new LinkedIn profile. So
Nice, nice. And so what else happened then from the interview with the 5 companies? Tell us about your offers.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
received two separate offers that I was very excited about. So both actually within a week of each other. So um, it was really exciting to, knowing where I started from and this kind of frustrated situation where I didn't have a lot of confidence in my job search. I knew kind of the end date at my prior company was coming to an end. And so to have that confidence with an offer, with multiple offers on the table and being able to come back and decide which one I wanted, having that luxury of that choice is huge. And so just huge for building my confidence. And both offers also were at that target role that I wanted, which was a promotion in the industry and a pay raise from what I was making before. So
Nice, nice. And then did you end up negotiating anything?
I did. I decided which offer I wanted,
Yeah.
and then through your help and negotiating expertise and prowess, I was able to negotiate with the position that I wanted a higher base salary. And so you could see the just like immediate ROI on base of that negotiation was more than what, I paid Danielle for this service. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just that. I mean, not just the raise that I was getting for my position prior at my previous company, but the negotiation itself. And getting the really the confidence and um the back and forth and conversation that we had just really helped that conversation that I had with my future employer. So
Yeah, because that was your first time negotiating for your compensation, right?
it was
Yeah.
first time
Yeah.
negotiating. Yeah, it's not as scary as it should be. So
Right. And did you not feel like they expected it kind of on the other side? It was not like that as big of a deal as we make it out to be sometimes, right?
yeah, they certainly expected something, and whether it was base salary or I was also able to negotiate the start date that I wanted, get an extra week or two to hang out and take care of my new son and
Yeah.
get some time as a family. And I think no one cares about your career as much as you do, and you help me realize that too. But also that they expect and respect um, you as a candidate, and they really when they offer you, they want you. And so negotiating, they expect that, and you shouldn't be scared to do that essentially.
Exactly. Yes, yes. I know some people shy away from it because they worry about that. And in my experience, when you do negotiate the right way at the right time, they respect you more for it. Not only you get more that, you're able to get more, but they end up respecting you more. And so I guess my question would be, what would you tell somebody who is considering investing in the service that I provide in my program?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say no matter how professionally, driven you are, or how well you think you interview, or um, how well written you think your resume or cover letters are. Like, I think it's still incredibly worth it. In my past, I had never had trouble with a job search, and so um, I became frustrated. So if you also find yourself in a frustrating position and just want to learn more about how to improve your professional portfolio and how you present yourself and as a candidate, I think it's just incredibly worth it. I mean, the ROI was seen right away, as I mentioned before. Having someone to bounce ideas off and to listen to you, to listen to your issues and to listen to your frustrations is just amazingly helpful as well. And so I think there's a lot of value in that too. So it's not just monetary, but it's emotionally and career driven as well. So I really appreciate it. And I'm glad I spent, I'm glad I spent the time and effort and money to do so.
No, thank you so much, Brian. Is there anything else that you want to share?
I just a thank you to you too. I think that's about it. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, well, you've been a pleasure to work with, and I have no doubt you're going to do amazing things. And some of what you have learned here is going to serve you, I think, for the rest of your career as well.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
awesome. Thank you so much, Brian.
Of course.